Welcome back to Dungeons and Designers. This is episode 3 of our second campaign in Lathander's Ring. Last time we ended our session, everyone was leaving the Killist base. But as Wick turns around and looks at you guys, you can tell Wick is horribly hurt and tired. And as you guys turn around to Ronag, he is not looking much better. And then you guys realize that both Elisar and Ronag's passes won't get them to the 6th ring. So rather than trying to rush over to the elevator, you guys go back into the guild space and rest for the night. While you guys are all resting, Peg goes and finds another area where she can record her new Spacecast podcast.
Yeah.
Column.
Here it goes. Greetings from Ring 1 of Lathander's Ring. I used to think that those travel postcard sayings were hokey, like when Cousin Gold sent us one from her trip to the ice caps. But here I am off planet for the first time using this language to start my column, so just go with it. Wick and I have made it down to the first ring, which is a bit more crowded. It seems full of descendants of dreamers who stowed away on the ship in search of a better situation. The climate here is pretty humid, and the infrastructure is built on grates over water, which feels oddly familiar to our home on Capri. Wick and I had an eventful evening wading through the local bazaar and sharing a toxic sludge drink at a local wrestling match featuring reigning champion Kaamar. I quickly found that the economy here is based on the bartering system, so I suppose that the more trinkets I can gather, the better. Later in the wee hours of the morning, we met a few new companions that I expect that you'll hear more about in future entries. There's Elisar, an elf who wants to leave the ship like I do, and we work together to find Ronag, who is a pilot, and his droid partner who can provide maps to the surrounding areas. It seems we might form a nice team. Until next time, stay curious. Peg.
So after Peg gets her recording, she goes back to the group. Everyone enjoys a long rest and gains their HP points from sleeping off wounds from laser hits, dog bites, and Killist stabbings. As you guys begin to wake up, you hear the droid that you found in that dump start freaking out. And start pushing everything, goes, where am I? Where am I? Where am I? And Ronag grabs him and inserts a card into his head. And instantly, you see as the droid's eyes are flicking around and processing quick. And then all of a sudden, it goes, Ronag, what happened? And Ronag looks at you guys and explains how this droid has been damaged. And that's how Ronag was able to get him. It was like a discount OEM style, like refurb. And this droid actually, every time it turns off, its memory is wiped. It contains all these maps inside deep, but doesn't even know that it has them. So Ronag has developed this chip that he puts into the droid every morning so that at least he knows who Ronag is, and that it calms him down. But every morning, the droid, the Android, the Samsung S4, every morning, he's got a new name, a new personality. He might even have new abilities because what he expects of himself from before has been wiped. You guys, a little meta and a little catch up from last session, the things you guys know that are keeping you from the top floor is that you guys all need access cards to hit the 6th ring. Peg and Wick have them. Elisar doesn't. That's why he's stuck on the 1st floor. Ronag has told you guys the reason he's still down here is because someone messed with his and he can't get to the 6th floor. Wick specifically, and I would assume Peg at this point knows as well, that when you get on the elevators, the cameras in the elevator scan you to make sure that you match the ID card you're holding.
Mm-hmm.
So either Elisar will need a ID card manufactured for him, or he'll need to be able to steal someone else's as well as their appearance. So you guys are in the Killist base. You need to go back. Like we talked about the big circle, you guys are on the opposite side of the elevator, right? So you have to work your way all the way through kind of the shambles and the litter. Get yourself at least to like the bazaar, that entryway to the elevator, where you guys found Wachu, where you guys find the Iron Continent, and figure out where you want to begin to try to figure out how to get off this ring.
Okay.
Does that give you guys enough remembering of what happened? Dan's looking like maybe it's better that he started, but maybe not all the way 100%.
I'm like almost there.
Yeah, it's like a good 85%. You're doing better than the android next to you.
Killing
Yeah.
it, dude.
Gonna find some Photoshop and crayons and draw LSR an ID. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, that offers some difficulty to progress.
So we're all currently we're still in the bunker
You're safe.
middle pile, if
Yep.
you will.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wick's gonna turn to Ronag, just like, hey, sorry about the elbow to the back of the head.
And the knife.
And okay.
Minor
the knife.
details. Yeah.
As Wick is apologizing for being sorry about the knife, I hand the knife back to LSR. I overcompensated. I freaked out a little bit.
That's
Just
on me.
for the
That's on
sake
me.
for the sake of just completely clearing the table, 100% being crystal clear. Peg and I, by the way, this is Peg. I'm Wick.
Hey.
Nice to meet you. Don't know if we introduced ourselves and all the hubbub.
Yeah, before you
Last
lost
night-
consciousness.
hmm
Yeah, he like waves to you both with his like good normal arm.
The good normal arm.
Yeah.
We were sent down here to repossess that, and I point at the robot arm.
Yeah, and he like slowly kind of puts it behind him. He's like, I know, no, we're past that.
We're past that.
We're way past that.
I had you to rights. I was literally taking the arm when we stopped. Again, sorry, not taking it again. Calm down. I understand. But you have a lot of people looking for you. Wachu was more than excited to point us in the right direction. Zanzar sent us down here to find you. What do you think the best way to get you back is? Who of all the people looking for you, who has the ability to mess with your card like you said they did?
Probably his answer.
Zanzar?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
That's how you guys got down here, right?
And he gave her the card.
Right.
You know how he works his magic.
Yep. He probably did something remote to the computers, to the system, and like screwed me.
What about Wachu? What's his beef?
I don't know. Maybe someone had like a bounty on me.
Maybe someone has a bounty on you?
Some buddies have a bounty on me.
Okay, thank you. Any idea how much the highest one is? Because, just...
Money's cool.
For a friend.
And he looks at Elisar. He's like, you keep a hold of that knife.
Okay. The only person that I know down here who has their stuff together to help you get up there is Wachu. Do you feel comfortable coming with us to talk to him at his place?
No, absolutely
No.
not.
Okay. No, that makes sense.
It's
I
a
think we're going to
bounty
need
on
to talk to him, though, guys. Maybe Peg and I go. At least
You
with
did have
Elisar.
rapport with him.
Yeah, I mean, I'll follow you guys, but I'm not going in. And you guys
No, I don't
can't
think
let
you
you
should.
can't let him know I'm here.
Mm-mm. He and I had kind of a rapport going, and I don't want to throw that off either, because that could be helpful too.
How do we
Do
know
you-
you're not going to get mobbed while we walk over there? Wouldn't it be best for you to stay here?
I mean, I gotta get over there anyway, right? Like we need to
That's
make our way
true.
through.
Need to
And
get
I've been living down here for a couple weeks. Like I'm all right.
Okay.
Uh-huh. I'm looking around at all the kill lists that we had to
Not just
put
looking
this
around, but like smelling.
in. Yeah. How'd you end up here anyway?
I was hiding, and then when I tried to leave, I couldn't get off. The elevator wouldn't let me up.
But how'd you get in with the kill lists? Did they put you in that behind those bars back there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I swindled them a little bit. I was trying to take their money. They don't really speak English or common that well.
A little bit.
It was a mess. They ganged up on me. I think you guys experienced how strong they can be in numbers.
They're strong biters.
Yeah.
Do you happen to have any, I don't know, maps you've been carrying?
For what?
I don't know, just like the solar system, what's going on around us.
Yeah, the android's got all my maps.
Oh, okay, cool. Just information to know. It's all good. Just thinking about life.
Yeah, but as you saw, without me, the android freaks out every morning.
Not great.
And Ronag's a pilot. Okay, I think
I am a
going
pilot.
to watch you is probably the best idea we've had so far.
Okay.
Unless anybody else knows anyone down here, we can go talk to. LSR, how about you, man? You've been down here for a while, right?
Yeah, keep to myself, kind of just hang out. It's fine. Don't worry about that. That sounds like a
Okay.
good plan. I'll follow you guys. It's all good.
Let's
gonna-
head over to Wachu's, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna
And she
walk behind
reluctantly-
Elisar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wick reluctantly leads the party out of the.
So it's like Wick, LSR, Peg, Ronag, and the droid.
Sure.
Just walking through kind of the mounds of scrap metal. Maybe every few hundred feet you'll hear like rustling, maybe something being thrown. But as you like make your way through, the mounds start forming little structures slowly, right? And right on the outside of that, you guys can get back to Wachu. And before you see his doorway or his structure, you hear him again just like pounding on something inside that room. And you hear people yelling like, you got the wrong guy. Let me out.
Wick's gonna turn around and motion to Ronag, just like, stay here.
Yeah, Ronag's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
And he grabs
and then,
the droid and they like kind of go into like a little alleyway almost of a thing.
And then she nods at the rest of the party and it's like, come on, and we head down towards his door.
Help a boy out.
Yeah, so you
Mhm.
walk in and you see him. There's a couple of the creatures that were there from last time, like the last night. It's probably late morning now. You guys probably didn't get to sleep until like midnight or 1 o'clock because you spent so many hours. So he's probably handed in some of the bounties since this morning,
Mhm.
and he's got a couple new faces already. Like he's making his money.
Yeah. Is he still beating up on somebody right now?
No, he's like making
Okay.
sure he's put up, making sure that the guy that is like knocked out is still alive because bounties are worth way more alive.
Anybody mouthing off to him in the back in the seats? What I want to do, I'd like, if anybody's mouthing off, I want to go and like do an unarmed strike to the back of the head to kind of like
Sure. Yeah.
impress him or
Yeah,
something.
right next to the door, he's got a guy like sitting in a chair handcuffed, just being like, "You've got the wrong guy."
And then just like a quick elbow to
Yeah,
the.
yeah. So you just like strike, knock him out. Wachu like turns around because he hears it. As he
Mhm.
turns around, he pulls a blaster out and points it at you and goes, "Hey, Wick,
Hey, watch you.
did you
How's it
find
going,
Ronag?"
No, not yet. No
Uh.
luck as of yet. We did find this guy though, and I point at LSR.
And and as he looks through, he takes out his little computer and starts like just scrolling through the names and like looking up, looking down, looking up, looking down, and goes, "Hey, how's it going?"
It's going all right.
Yeah. This guy doesn't interest Wachu at all.
Hey, sorry to interrupt you again. I do appreciate that tip last night. We're gonna go back down there and look, but first we need to go back up to the sixth ring and get some more equipment to maybe help find Ronag a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if you might know someone who could get this guy a pass to get up there with us.
I mean, you could get passes from almost anywhere. You could go and try to steal one off someone if they still have theirs.
Yeah,
You-
but I gotta get it. If we do that, then I gotta hack it to match his image and everything, you know?
Or you have to hack him.
Yeah. Ooh,
That
that's not a bad idea.
doesn't make sense. I'm a human.
Elisar's like, "Nope."
Yeah. So those two are probably out. Any way to get a legit one, maybe, or a day pass or anything?
Yeah, he gives a day pass. He goes,
Hey,
"Yeah, no. I could get you probably one.
okay.
You'd have to give me a few hours. I go through. It's gonna be a cost though.
Yeah, what do you need?
What do you guys have on you? Have anything to barter?"
I turn around to the other two and I just kind of like, I've got like 8 credits, a couple of computer chips that are only good down here.
Can
Some,
we steal some
buttons.
droid parts?
yeah, we got some droid parts.
Yeah.
So you got anything?
I got a mirror that I
Got a-
found. It's shiny,
Shiny mirror.
Okay.
and I got six credits, so that's cool.
Yeah,
I turn back to watching. I'll be like, nope, but maybe I can help you with the job or something. And you just take that for part of it. Or we got these droid parts or a shiny mirror.
Yeah, so
That's kind of
it's almost like you guys are like children with just like your spare coins.
I almost offered him a button, but that doesn't make sense.
No, and as you guys are talking, he'll be like, "All right, I'll take your 6 credits. I'll take your first ring currency. I'll take the droid parts because you never know." And he's just like looking through your stuff. He sees like the metal dish with the button that you guys found in the pile of other parts of the android. He goes, "I'll take this," because you guys don't know what it is, and he puts it on his table. And he goes, "All right, for this I can get you one." And he like takes out of his desk, he takes out a little camera thing, takes a picture of Elisar, and then puts it underneath, and you can just hear like a computer like ticking away. And he goes, "You come back in a while, it's got a scrape for a dead person's card. We're gonna take that, we're gonna scrap the numbers off, put that face on, and you'll be good to go. Any real inspection is gonna trigger. So get on the elevator, get off, but like don't let the Covenant look at it. Don't let any human or anything look at this ID card."
Yep, got it. No Covenant,
Not
no humans,
ideal.
no gangs. Got it. Good to go.
Yeah, and he goes, "Not ideal." And he looks at the table full of little garbage. He goes, "Tell me about it."
I mean, I don't know.
And Wick kind of gets in the middle, like, "Hey, okay, great, we'll see you in a little bit," and just kind of turns around and pushes the other two out of his office.
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna head back to Ronag and see what he's up to.
Yeah, and Rodnak's kind of just sitting, maybe having small chat with the droid. And he goes, "Oh, you guys are back already? You got a couple ID cards?"
We got one, and then Wick just kind of,
Mhm.
"Hey, you know anybody that has any of those card machines that might not keep an eye on it all the time?"
No, I mean, Zancer.
Yeah, no, I need somebody down here. Wachu's like, anybody down here can make one. That doesn't make sense. That's what he said. We can look around. I wonder if they have one in the club.
I mean, you could ask, but I don't know.
It's not really one I want to ask for.
Also, do you have anything on your person that we could use to trade and barter with? Because we're kind of out of parts for bartering.
Minimally strapped at the moment.
Yeah, I'm down to like, I still have my 6 credits for ring 6, but I don't have anything for down here.
Yeah,
anymore.
and as you guys are talking, he like goes through his pockets and he's got like a couple people's random like wallet cards that you guys have, and he's like, "There's nothing on this one," and he like, "Oops, I hit my mic." He goes, "There's nothing on this one," throws it.
Wait, are those cards?
Yeah, but they're like wiped out, and they're other people's identities. And he's like, "Do you want them?" He's got like
I'm
3
like,
or 4.
maybe we could hack them.
Yeah.
And you could try, and he gives them to you. And he goes, "I can guarantee you that the owners of these don't exist anymore."
That's good then, right?
Yeah, but like the faces don't match. We
Let's
could.
hack your face. You're a robot thing.
I'm not a robot thing. I just got a robot arm.
Part robot though.
Yeah, and he looks at you just like frustrated. He goes, "All right, I think there's like maybe 3 options here. We could try to find a cipher that will change my appearance. I don't really know where we could get that. We could ask around. Maybe we could find one. We could find a magic user who could shape shit me. But like down here, no one wants a magician down here, right? So that's gonna be hard. I don't even know one. We'd have to like ask around. It'd be bad news.
Hold on. Let me hold this. Hear me out. I can pretend I have a delivery. And we can go around. No? Okay.
That went well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like the third one.
option.
I don't know. We could try to like get me in like a cargo box or something and try to get me off this ring. Maybe one of you guys could take me with you up the elevator.
That's crazy. I actually got this bag of holding you can jump in right now. It's gonna be really
The bag of holding would be a magic item and a great offense on the 6th ring and first
It's
ring.
fine. Real secrety, you know.
Is there a freight elevator around then that we could head towards
No,
and
most
see if
people
there's
just-
cargo?
Most people just take it up the normal elevator with them.
How do we manage that?
Are there like box inspections?
I mean, it could be.
Ugh. I don't know. I'm slumming it down here. How about you guys? You ever see any box inspections up there?
Not usually until they get to the stores or the shops. That's usually where they're at the cargo bay and at the shops.
That seems like the best idea so far. My only concern is how do we carry you? Or it would just pneumatic tube pressure you up, right?
with you guys,
With us.
right? Like you would get
Okay.
in, you clip in your feet, and you had to like somehow get me in the tube with you.
How do
I
you-
think I misunderstood how big he is. How
I know.
big is Rodak?
It's going to be
Oh,
fun.
he's bigger than you guys,
yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
right? So you would be the one that's like fitting in with him inside of this tube.
Strength check.
He's probably just a little. He's probably the same size, like height wise, as Elsar, but bulkier because he's the half orc.
strapped?
And a robot.
What's
half
this
robot.
cipher finagly thing that you were talking about?
Well, there's tech that can do all sorts of things down here. I'm sure we could find one that could just change my appearance for a minute, or maybe we could find one that blocks out the camera in the elevator.
Sounds complicated.
Sounds complicated. I kind of I swipe through the cards just to see if there's any that match his height and weight. And I guess when I find one, I hand it back. I'm like, hold on to this just in case we find that cipher.
Yeah, and he puts it in his pocket. He's like, "All right,
Same with do they need them too? The androids, the ID cards?
no, androids are like property."
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go cipher hunting, you guys.
Sounds like a plan, Stan.
Cipher hunting, cipher hunting. This is like a montage where we find the cipher person.
Cypher's
give me
the bad
leads.
guy, right, from the Matrix. So
Yeah, he
I don't know,
is.
that's a
Let's
great
go
idea.
find him.
So, where do you guys want to try to go first? And maybe I'll ask also, like, what kind of things are you looking for? Are you trying
A
to?
cipher, whatever that is.
A cipher is just a word for any tech, and in our campaign, because we're using the.
Okay, so I'm
Looking at
looking
the
for a-
ancients.
I'm looking for a dongle then.
Yeah,
Oh, we just got rid of a button though.
Oh no, the button though.
Is there any tech stores on this low
Yeah,
level?
See,
Radio
there's
Shack.
a Radio Shack. It's really weird.
Dude,
all right. This is the future, right? There's not even Radio Shack now.
Well, it's like in a despondent future basement where nobody is supposed
So-
to live. It feels like a Radio Shack would
You
be.
Yeah.
guys did.
research from an anti
Fantasy Radio Shack.
On every corner.
You did see in the bazaar areas that were selling I think we call it blue dust, and like random tech stuff that they stole, cyborg parts, right? So you might be able to find something there,
ciphers.
right? You might be. You might be able to find
Ciphers are
something
us.
there.
Yeah.
Your ability to barter though is gonna be like the biggest issue right now.
Yes, due to the large amounts of cash we have, we're flush with cash.
Or don't have. Yeah.
Oh, do we not? Oh,
So what do you
Not
guys
the money they take down here anyway.
I mean, you guys barely have money they take up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you guys want to try to do?
okay.
Go to the bazaar. Just trying to think what kind of free stuff is in a trash can somewhere that has value.
Are you gonna try to
Are
go
you-
from paperclip to boat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Documented on TikTok. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, about 3 weeks later, you're up to a soda can.
Oh snap! If you hold that in front
I've
of the
got
camera, it
way
would
more
reflect
charisma
from
than
it.
that. Get out of here.
You're half drow. That can't be possible.
I mean, it's Drow gives the charisma. I get +2 to charisma.
that's not nothing.
It's more
Um,
than anybody else.
It's probably true. All right, so you guys are gonna go to the bazaar.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to one. I think I had found a booth earlier when we were first looking for Ronag that
Mhm.
was mostly tech stuff and not a lot of drugs.
Yeah, I mean that sounds right. Like the one you were trying to bring a delivery box to.
Yeah, I'm gonna head over to that one and try not to make eye contact with the person there and just look over everything and see if I see any plugins or dongles that might. Is there any checks or anything like I don't
Yeah.
know what a future sci-fi
Yeah,
would
no
that be a
worries.
history check or
So you go to that booth. Something you notice about the bazaar is because it's kind of like a late morning.
Let me tell you this real quick before
Yeah,
you go
go
too far
for
to
it.
that. If I find it and it's small and hidden, I'm going to try to steal it.
I figured.
So I don't want to get a lot of attention.
yeah, no
Too
worries.
much. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
But as you guys go in, you can tell like the entire atmosphere of this area is different. when you guys were going through at night, it was like bustling, and all of the druggies and the people that were struggling through life were like out in the streets. Now that you go in, it's like pretty quiet. The shops are starting to set up again. So you see people bringing out like the giant dishes of blue dust, and you see people uncovering their tables and like unlocking boxes and starting to set up. Zach, in this world, tech we're gonna put in the same category as Arcana.
Okay.
So if you want to give me
Oh, great.
an Arcana check,
Hmm.
that'd be a good one.
I got a 6.
Yeah, so you do see a ton of ciphers on this table. Some hanging, some look like little boxes with antenna off them. Some look like things that you would hold. Others are spheres with gems in them, like crystals. But you really don't know what any of them do.
Okay. Is the booth person there? The booth attendant?
Yeah, and they're going in and out of this like building right behind it.
I'm just gonna get over to where that door to the building is and just do like a like a clear in my throat and try to get their attention. I guess when I do it, it sounds like a machine clicking more than a cough, though, which is weird.
Yeah, I mean, it would be weird in Favorite, but up here it's like not
Yeah.
super unusual where like droids are considered almost people. Yeah, and as you're doing it, you see a gnome with like a big box kind of come out and lift it up and put it onto the table, like over its head a little bit, and then it gets up on a box and turns around and looks at you and goes, Hey, we're not open yet. We're almost open. I don't know how I can help you, but you better watch it." And as he says that, he like lifts up his shirt and there's a pistol in his belt. He's like,
Yeah,
"We don't
I'm
want
like-
any trouble here."
Yeah, hands up. Hey, I don't want any trouble either. I'm just looking for some help, trying to find some tech, and I'll check back in a little bit unless you know if you got anything that might interfere with electronics or cameras.
We have that. We for sure have that.
I got a friend who needs some help getting out of here, but hey, I'll come back when you're open in a little bit,
All right.
and I'm gonna skedaddle until he's open.
Yeah. And as you guys are watching, you see like everybody and the streets start filling in a little bit more. You hear a little bit of a bustle like down a ways at the Iron Continent as that opens up. It's probably 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and the first fights are beginning of the day. So if you want to go back into the bazaar, the streets are starting to fill up again. It still feels different than it did last night. Like people are maybe sobered up a little bit.
Or I just haven't started.
Right. And you see
Yeah.
people like going over and buying stuff in the blue dust and snorting it, and they like get a jolt of energy, and like their bodies bulk up a little bit, and you see them like take off. But you see others who are taking it
Got a blast.
and maybe they're having a bad effect, right? And as they get it, they kind of crawl back to where they came from. So where do you want to go back?
I'm gonna look at the other two. I'm like, what are you thinking? They might have something, but we're gonna have to trade, or I'm gonna have to make some offer. I thought about just kind of sneaking and grabbing it, but that guy's paying too much attention. It's not gonna work. So
Yeah, we'd
Can
have
we
to grab like
cause
5
a
of 'em.
commotion.
Yeah. And how do we know which one works or how to use it?
that's the thing. I can't check. I don't know if you guys know anything else about tech. I
Ronag?
mean,
And Rona
You
goes,
got an arm.
not enough. I barely got this arm. None of you guys have any sort of knowledge about tech stuff?
Unfortunately, no.
Well, then maybe we need to make some money.
I'm like, my Arcana's at 0. Did we see any prize money for the fights or anything?
Oh yeah, there's always money for the fights.
Because the early fights are probably
A little-
skinny,
a little more boring. Yeah.
a little more boring, right, Ronag?
Yeah.
Mm. That's a great idea.
Which one of you would be able to fight?
I know the perfect person.
I'm not a great fighter, honestly. I don't know if you noticed me getting knocked out before.
We
Oh
know
my God,
someone
I'm-
with a bionic arm. Pretty powerful, I bet.
I bet you got some punching power there, don't you, bud?
Rona looks at his arm, and it's like not the best. He's like, "You guys found me in a cage with the killist."
There was a bunch of them. We talked about
Yeah, and
that.
the little teeth. Yeah,
I mean,
they're scary.
I can try, but don't expect me to get any money from this.
What about the droid? How's his fighting?
And he looks at the droid and goes, "How you feeling?" And the droid goes, I don't think the favor would be in ours on that one. Like, I don't." And he starts like kind of freaking out a little bit and like trying to remember things about fights. He's like, I could try.
I appreciate the willingness, I guess.
See how scrawny these people are.
Sure. Yeah, you guys want to go to the Iron Continent?
Yeah, we'll go
Yeah.
to the Continent.
Let's try.
So you guys walk in. Let me get up the names of last time because I probably won't remember. So Ka'amar, you see, he's like in the back corner, a new day, eating breakfast. You could tell he just hangs out here all the time. There's been a fight already. This one didn't end up in death. So the loser's getting kind of taken out. He's looking real bad, not quite unconscious. Like his buddies are trying to like hold him out. They're really not too imposing. This one was an early fight. It was just a kobold and a goblin. You guys could try to fit in. If one of you wants to go, you're going to be paired up with kind of your size class. And Ronag, looking at all of you, kind of goes, "Y'all kind of the same size. None of you are strapped."
No.
Yeah.
So is it hand to hand or are weapons allowed?
It depends
looks
on
like
the fight you sign up for. Right? So like the Ka'amar fight was hand to hand, but cyborg parts were allowed. Some other fights wouldn't allow those type of things.
Okay. Thinking about my abilities.
Wick just kind of walks over and signs up for a fight.
All right. And so you go over to the bar because that's where the sign up is.
Yeah.
And the lady goes, "All right, hon, what do you want to sign up for?"
You got any non-tech fights coming up?
Yeah, we can get you on the docket for that. And
Okay.
looks at your height. You're like, I don't know, what is it, like 4 foot, 3.5?
It's 4'10". Let's call it 4'10".
She's like, all right, if you want to. It's like 4'10", 5 foot. She's like, all right, there's gonna be like a few fights in between. Just stay here. What's your name?
Wick.
Yeah, all right, Wick. We'll call you back. Just go and wait for a sec, all right?
Sounds good.
So you see
I walk
there's-
back over.
Yeah, and there's more fights. Nothing super intense. A couple of other knockouts. One guy maybe like has his arm broken, but like not unconscious, gets taken out to get repaired. This is like a very if MMA is like crazier than boxing, this is more like street fighting, right? Like there's no rules, no one cares.
Mhm.
Especially you guys down here, no one recognizes you.
Do we need to bet on the fights, or is it just win like a purse or something?
So because yours is such an early fight, you're not going to get much money for a win. You'll get no
Mhm.
money for a loss. It could be better to try to bet if you guys have some credits you can mess with.
They don't
But-
take upper ring credit though, do they?
No.
Yeah. And I just gave all the other ones to watch you.
I turned to Wick and I'm like, can you win this?
Before yesterday, I would have said yes.
So it's
Today,
a yes.
though,
All right, let's do this. And I slap
and she
40 credits on the table for Wick.
she just kind of
Wait,
trails
do
off.
you have 40 credits?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my God.
So yeah, and you go up to the lady and 40 credits and she goes, all right, it's an even fight, so just double your money if you get it.
We believe in you.
Thanks. And she just pops her neck a couple times.
So, and you hear on the announcing in the room, Wick, please come to the ring. And it's like a big kind of like metal octagon again with the water underneath the grate. You know that floor opens up to drop down dead bodies like it happened last time. You've seen this before. There's less of a crowd, so there's less money being kind of tossed around. But as you walk in, you see that there's just like a scrawny human. And on the loudspeakers, you hear, Lyle, 2-fight winner. But you can tell like he's got his hands kind of wrapped in like dirty cloth. He's got like no shirt on, but like pants. And he's maybe like 150 pounds. Like this guy's not much of
That's
anything.
the guy you want to worry about, though.
Yeah.
The
And
little scrappy guys.
The dark horse.
as you guys walk in, you see him like kind of like shadow boxing in his corner, like getting pumped up and ready. And
Before Wick goes in, she turns around and like offers a fist bump to Peg and LSR,
Oh, I dap up.
Yeah.
yeah, as you're going,
and then like a salute to Ronak. Anyway,
and he's
I
like,
smack you in the back.
okay,
all right.
as you're doing that, and you're trying to like go to your posse. You see Lyle trying to get Kalamar's attention, but like Kalamar's not having it.
I salute Calamar. I mean, yeah,
Calamari, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Kanum Calamar. Yeah. Anyway,
Cool. So the way this fight would happen is just like normal initiative. I don't know why I get those words mixed up. We've been playing this game for a year and a half now almost, and I can't get initiative right the first time. All right, so give me your initiative roll. I'll give you mine.
before that, she goes over to Lyle and offers him a fist bump. I rolled an 11 initiative.
Yeah, so I got 13. So you see him like hit you with confidence and like backs up. And there's lights around the ring and they go like bing, bing. And then all the yellow lights turn red and it becomes like the death zone. And he's just going to come in straight for a hit. So that's 10.
Does not hit.
Yeah, so he goes for the first hit and like just swifts right past your head.
Okay.
And I yell out,
Yeah.
that's embarrassing.
And as he's swinging, I'm going to do an unarmed strike up.
Yep.
16
Got this.
Oh yeah, 16 hits.
for 4 damage.
Perfect. So you
Then
come
I'm
in.
going to spend a key point to use flurry of blows,
Oh no.
and so I get 2 more unarmed strikes. So that was 4 damage.
Yeah, so you come in, you hit him in the face, and like as he kind of is dazed out.
The second one doesn't hit. I got a 9.
Does
Oh,
not hit.
does it hit? Okay. And the third one, I got a 17 plus 5, 23 for 7 damage. So that's 11 damage altogether.
Yeah, so 11 damage, and you can see like he is already hurting, and he like staggers back, and he comes in for another swing, and 13.
Nope.
So like
I yell out and I say, you're a pansy, and then I roll an intimidation check.
on me.
Yeah.
All right. As I go to swing and I miss, he looks at you, and you're like, "You're a pansy," and he's like, "You can do it with advantage."
Oh shoot, I don't even need it though. A 20.
Oh yeah, he's just like, "What?"
And while he's distracted, I go for an elbow to the back of the head
all right, do it.
with an arm strike.
Yeah, do it.
23
Yeah, of course.
for 4,
Yeah. So that's
15 altogether.
15.
Yeah.
He's looking so bad, but he's like staggering back. He's gonna go for another swing. 9. So this guy just like kind of comes down. You're like, you're not even supposed to punch that way.
The
I don't even
hammer
know what
fist.
I would do to block. I think just like a left hook, maybe.
You just step back.
Yeah. And then it's a roundhouse kick to sounds like he's almost 18
Yep.
for 4 more damage.
Yeah, and as that roundhouse kick connects with his face, you just see him drop, and all the red lights like blink a couple times and then go up, and you hear just some cheers, right? But like not like you heard the other night before,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, and I'm like, boo, you suck.
Yeah.
to the
I'm
unconscious
screaming.
body.
Money.
Yeah, so 2 guys kind of come up. These are not Lyle's buddies, but like maybe workers at the Iron Con, and pulls him out, and you feel free to leave.
Thanks, guys. I kind of peeked to make sure he's like okay. Take his pulse before they come and get him. Kind of.
Oh, it's there, but it's faint.
Yeah, she did.
You didn't murder this man with a roundhouse kick.
okay.
You're good.
Yeah, good. Okay. I've been watching a lot of Cobra Kai, and you never know what's going to happen.
Sweet
like
Johnny.
I just get out of the ring and go join the other 2. I'm like, hey, how was that? And I fist
yeah.
bumps all around again.
Good
I
job.
immediately hip check you. I'm just so excited and like punch the air.
I'm like already scurrying over to collect my money.
That was great.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
Dan, you go over, you get your 40 back, and you get a 30 with a 10 being kept for fees.
Obviously.
And then the waitress puts her hand out looking for a
Shysters.
tip.
I'm like, you ain't give me nothing yet. What are you talking about? And I turn around.
So you just
like-
leave with the 70 credits, which
Yeah.
cannot be used on the upper rings.
Doesn't matter. I'm
I
rich.
get myself
I'm a king
off
of
of
the
the floor.
underworld.
Wick collects herself off of the floor after Peg's hip check that knocked her over, and is just, I never saw how much that tech cost. Do you guys want to go look? He should be open now.
Yeah, probably still don't have enough, but we can give it a go.
Do I win any money?
Yeah,
for-
Wick. And when you go over to the
Okay.
counter, you get your 25 credits for winning.
And I slide her 3 back.
All right, so 22 credits. That's how it's done. You see her look over to Elisar. She's like shaking the credits.
Yeah, I just flip them off and walk out. Like, you get me a beer or some whatever sludge crap we drink down here. Maybe you'll get some credits.
Wick catches up like, oh, do not drink the beer down here. It's worse than that other thing.
I've
Too
lived
fast.
down here for a very long time. I don't
Well,
think you
I
know.
know. I actually forgot that, and I'm
Yeah.
very sorry.
You take what
Lyle
you can
almost
get.
punched-
It's okay.
Lyle almost got me in the face, and I forgot. Excuse me.
Yeah, you're like, you can't
You
believe anyone
smell
lives
so
down
much
here.
better.
Yeah, you're like,
You smell
it's
so much better
disgusting.
than most of the people down here.
You don't want that. It's disgusting. I was like,
forget,
I
yeah.
know it sucks.
You've showered?
Yeah.
All
So we
right,
have like 93 credits.
you did. You just earned quick 93 credits, and
Math.
you didn't even take some damage. So good on
Yeah,
you.
some people might have some. Who knows how much I have, you know?
Yep, we know at least the 70.
So what's the plan?
Well, I'm still not. I still think he's Azhag, so he has a lot
Yeah.
of money.
That we just don't know about.
And a castle somewhere.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Like a space fortress. We don't know
Yes.
All right.
about. Let's go
Dang,
back.
That sounds awesome.
Doesn't it? Like a hideout, a private
Uh-huh.
hideout.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try to see what their prices are. I guess they're probably open. That shop.
For sure.
Yeah, let's do that.
So you guys go over
We do
to
that.
the shop. Who's walking
Yeah.
up?
Mhm.
All of us.
Okay, who's gonna start?
At least myself.
Are you all gonna talk at the same time? Who's gonna? Like, who's
What
gonna?
about you
hop
give it a
in.
try,
I'll
Elisar?
hop in, I'll be like,
Give it a try.
the price for your wares.
And yeah, the little gnome like looks and goes, "What are you guys looking for?" And there's even more stuff, and it's not just like laid out, right? There's like piles of stuff, and you're not sure if all of it works, but some of it probably does.
Mm-hmm.
Is
And
Ronak still with us?
oh yeah, Ronak's just kind of just walking around and just looking.
Has that not caused a problem yet?
No.
I felt like I was led to believe that everyone down here was looking for him in some
Yeah.
capacity. So
No, down
We should be-
down here is actually like where he's probably safest. Because
okay.
like screwing down, like what are you gonna screw people out of over here, right?
Nobody remembers him anyway.
But upstairs where he was trying to
Drugs.
get back is a little bit more.
So what are we looking for?
Maybe some tech that could change his face, some camera tech that would
Maybe-
block him out.
What the bird said, that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd like a consult.
So the gnome is like, okay, and starts pulling out and he goes, this pill can change your face, but it might not change it to what you need, right?
Mhm.
It could get close-ish. I've got different races, so we could change it to orc, or we could change it to elf if you want, but we don't really know. It won't change your gender, so you know at least you'll be the same gender and just appear as this kind of race. He goes, these are pretty cheap. These are only 50. And then
Yes,
Mhm.
cheap.
Mhm.
goes over to the next
We
thing.
can totally afford that.
Goes over to the next thing, and this one's like a machine that like spins chemicals and goes, or we could try, if you've got the DNA of the person, we could try to make a serum that will specifically change your appearance to be what you're trying to aim for. This one's going to be 150. And he goes, or we could just swap out the camera, and what he has is like a little spider. He goes, you just kind of launch that into the air when you get into the elevator, and it'll find that the elevator and just kind of tap the camera and play a loop of something else.
Sounds
How much
good.
is that?
Yeah, what's that run?
250.
250.
Mm,
250.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm.
And it will
Totally.
most likely break once it like your elevator gets to where you want to go. It's like a one-time use thing.
Hey, just outside
Mhm.
of a little bit meta, you said
Mhm.
that his pass will be checked.
So
Or
when you
just
walk
the
in,
cameras?
the pass is automatically scanned because there's a chip in it, and that's
So
gonna be the
camera
identity.
doesn't really
And
solve anything.
the camera. So if you have a chip that works, right?
Which
so
we don't.
I believe Ronag had one from someone who's
I
dead
thought that
but could
was
work.
dead.
The person's dead. He's got the
Mm.
cards.
Okay.
But if you get into the elevator with this card, the camera will like double check who you are by the cameras. And if that doesn't match, then it won't move.
All right, so this is what I say. I'll give you 100 for that spidery thing. It looks like garbage, honestly. I don't even know if it works. And realistically, you haven't sold me on it, but I guess we'll try. And I throw a persuasion check.
I hate it when clients do this.
20. Oh wait, I don't know. Oh no. 25.
I got 17. So the gnome is like 100. I can't do 100. Let's meet in the middle. We'll do 175.
That's not the middle. You're bad at math.
250 to 100.
No, 250 half to 0. 125.
What? No. 175. That's a great deal.
It's not a great deal, honestly. You're living in slums here, man.
He looks around. He goes, "So are you?"
Exactly. So let me help you elevate a little bit. Talk it down to 125. We'll call it a day, and then we're out of here. How about some? You want some credits from up top?
That could be how many you got.
I've got 9. How many?
We've got some. How many are you looking for?
We cut the difference. 175. So it'd be 125 down here credits. 50 up there credits.
So in some way, you think that elevated credits that are worth more are going to be equal to slum credits?
They're not
Do you
worth more.
understand
They're just different. They're worth
not-
less here.
Yeah, but they're worth exuberantly more up top.
That's true. But I can't get up there right now. So this would just be future credits.
You got spiders. You got injection stuff. What do you mean you can't get up there?
I've got other issues that won't let me up there.
Fair enough. All right. So how about we get you a little closer? We give you some of the credits over here, some of the credits over there. Just give you what we got. We call it even.
What do you got?
I don't know how much. Do you guys have any bottom credits besides your 25?
No, I just got that 25, and then I've got 10 upper credits.
Okay. All right.
She's got like negative 10.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe, and he like starts pulling in stuff. Maybe you go get some more credits and come back.
What
That
about a
sounds
job?
like
You
what I
need
would
help
do.
with anything?
I don't know.
Any-
I mean,
Heavy lifting? Wink, wink, wink. No? Okay.
and for a second, the gnome is confused. He's like, "Are you making fun of my size?"
You are small.
I'm the
We
same
can-
size as you. We're the same size.
Oh no! If you're almost 5 foot, the gnome is probably only 3.5, 4 foot. You're probably a good foot taller. At least the beak.
At least the beat. No.
No.
Okay. How early in the day is it? If the
Does
fight
Ronak
started?
not have any money?
I mean, you guys
Yeah.
haven't asked.
Well, I
Ronag.
asked if we had anything to trade. Yeah, go for it.
Throw up the cash, my dude.
He like goes through pockets and starts looking through those other cards. He goes, "This one's got 20 on it." And he like tosses it over to you.
20 what?
Upper
Upstairs
credits.
upper
Stuff?
credits.
Okay. I think we are close. All right. Final offer. I got 104 down here, boys, and I got 30 upstairs, boys. And that's the final offer.
Why don't you give me another persuasion check?
20.
Yeah, and I'm not even gonna roll because I've been rolling terrible all night. Yeah, the gnome's like 100 was 130 or fine, and tosses you this little. It's like a little rectangle with arms that kind of crawl underneath it, and there's a button on the top.
Yeah, I just like grab it and I just hand it to Wick behind me.
Yeah, I'm gonna hand it to Ronag.
Yeah, and then I walk out real strut like. I'm real confident.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like, thank
Ronak,
you, and then
Ronak like looks through all of the IDs he has. He's like, "Well, I can only take one of these," and he just like throws 3 or 4 and has one for someone roughly the same size and puts it in his pocket.
Ronak is useless.
I mean, Rodak's he's not great,
He is not great. Okay.
but he's useful. That's what matters.
And
So
at one thing.
what's the next stop?
We gotta go back and get LSR's ID card from Watchu.
Oh right,
Yeah.
yeah, I forgot about that. Did we pay for that already?
Do we not have it?
I believe that
No,
one's
we
paid.
traded for
Yeah,
it,
that
we
one's
traded
all
for it.
traded for kids, and it was
I was
like
gonna say, I was like, that would be bad.
it was mostly a favor. It was just
yeah,
like
Watchu's a boy. He's fine.
So I'm like, you guys hang out here. I'll run grab it. Be right back.
Okay.
Good looking out.
yeah. So you go over, you walk in, and Watchu's just beating on someone again. Like it's all he does, and
What a
he's like,
guy.
"Oh hey," and he goes into the computer, pulls it out, and he throws it to you. He's like,
Just like holding a goblin
Yeah.
in one hand, like above the desk or something.
and as as he's throwing you the card, you still don't have Ronag.
No, I got it. I was in the bar. I needed some money for a drink, and I got in a fight. I won though. Didn't take a hit or anything. And then I'm gonna go look for Ronag again. Remember, I had to get to the 6th ring with this guy to get more equipment. Remember?
Yeah. The more you
It's
talk,
okay,
he's like,
you
the
don't
less
remember.
he cares.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
just
No,
like,
I know. Hey,
all right.
thanks, Watchu. I appreciate it.
yeah, I'll see you when you come back
Catch
down.
you later. Yeah. And I leave.
Cool. So let's do a little recap of what things you have that you need to get off.
Okay.
How's LSR getting off the 6th ring or 1st ring?
He
I have a
has an
card.
ID card.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ronag is getting off with his ID card that he just has from jobs.
Hopefully. Yeah,
And
and
the
a spider.
Cool. So you guys make your way over to the elevators. Anything else you want to do on the 1st ring?
Flip everybody off on the way out. No, there's
Been
This
real.
is-
yeah. Nope.
I'm good.
Cool. So you guys go over to the elevator. There is a small line. And as you're making your way up, like slowly, you hear the clacking of teeth behind you, and you see 2 Killis behind you, furious, and it points, and the first English you've heard is just like Ronag. So I need you guys to all roll initiative as you try to get off, and this fight is going to be moving with the line towards the elevator.
Got an 11 again.
7.
All right, what was that?
11.
7.
14. Yeah, and Ronag's fighting with us too in the droid, right?
I mean, they might.
Does he look like he wants to fight? Or is he like, okay.
Yeah, probably not. The robot's like, whoa, you guys just like, what's going on? And Ronag's like, they'll take care of it. I've seen him do it before. It's okay.
Yeah. Ronag
Yeah,
is
like-
really about like just being useless.
Yep.
Like, go hide behind the elevator. Okay. I'm going to. So they're kind of close together, the Killis.
Oh, they're like right
each other.
next to each other and looking
gonna-
at Ronag.
Do my little thing where I try to take them out underneath the legs, both of them, if possible, if they're both in my range.
You're gonna use your extended rod.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I got 11 to hit.
11 doesn't hit.
Okay, that's what I
You go for the
No.
swing, and the Killis kind of just jumps.
thought. Good one. And then I step to the side within their range.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
Wick.
I'm gonna go for an elbow strike on the one on the left.
Okay,
An 18
definitely hits.
for 6 damage.
Yeah, you clock it, and it's like, ugh. And then
One more time.
what was that?
I said one more time, but we'll hear it again.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, I'm not gonna use the.
Cool.
No, yeah, I will do it. I will use the flurry of blows.
Okay.
I forgot about the key points. Thank you for reminding me. 2 more unarmed strikes on the one on the left. 22
Yeah.
hits, and 3 plus 3, 6 more damage.
Okay, so that's what was it? The first one was 6-2, right?
No, the first one was 5, so it's 11.
11.
16.
Yep.
Okay, for 5 damage.
Oh yeah,
So it's-
you are doing it good. It's not quite out, but it's looking pretty bad. But it's going to go in for a bite. Like as you're swinging, that last hit, you hit it, and as you're pulling back, it goes to try to bite your arm.
Okay.
Critical fail. So
Yeah.
we're going to pack these dice away, and we're going to try some new dice because this has been not fun.
Wait, hold on a second. For who? Because I'm having a blast over here.
LSR, your turn.
I will shoot the closer one with my rifle.
Okay.
Um, 12.
Yeah, 12 hits.
Oh shoot. Four.
Yeah, 4. So you see Wick pounding on this one, and then you just pull out a gun and blast it, and the shot rings out, and everyone kind of screams around you, and the Killis drops.
Decapitated.
And the other Killis sees that and comes at with you with both claws and just starts swinging.
I forgot they had claws too.
11?
No.
Great. So
How many more dice you
Peg,
got in there?
Peg, you see this little Killis come up to Alisar and start just swiping with these nasty claws.
Is talking an action? I don't think it is.
No, go
I just
for it.
want to
No.
say, like, hey, look, I really don't want to kill you. I don't want you to get hurt. Can you just turn around and run away? And we'll just act like this never happened.
Yeah, and it looks at you, and it's definitely responding like it kind of understands, but it doesn't look happy, and it's just angrier at you now. Like, he's not going to give up. He wants Ronag. He probably wants revenge because all his buds are gone. He found one of those guys.
Oh,
One of
no.
those guys was tied up. So maybe the one that Dan just killed was the one that like woke up in that pile and was like pissed.
With all his friends dead because their throats were slit, not by me. Okay.
Wait, hold on. Who slit throats?
At
Alisar.
no fault of my
I
own.
know. Like behind all of our backs, like as we I remember that.
All right,
Ugh,
Peg.
Okay, but I'm going to try to take it easy here, but I can give you as many warnings as you want. I'm going to go for his legs again with my extended rod, and I got a 6 to hit. So I'm going
No.
to fall on my face, basically.
It's not great.
Yeah.
Okay, and as you swing and miss, you see Ronag run over to the elevator, and you see him slip his feet in and just throw up the spider, and the elevator closes, and he takes off with the android. And then, Wick, your turn. You follow up.
I'm on a. Is there an open elevator?
Sure.
I'm gonna push Peg towards the elevator.
Okay, that'll be your action, though.
Yeah,
I think Elisar should go because then he is the most concerned about the map, and his boy just went up there, and he could go catch him.
that's true. All right, I'll try to push Elisar into after him.
And I don't want this Killis throat slit.
All right, Dan, are you gonna take the hint and go up?
I mean, he's probably stronger than me, so
I mean, you could fight it.
Surprise.
It could be a roll, a strength check, but up to you.
I'm like concentrated on shooting the other thing. I'm not paying attention to anything. So if he's pushing me, it's just pushing my body weight. So,
Okay, so you're in the elevator.
with Rodag?
No, Ronag's
No,
gone. He's
behind
up.
Ronag.
Oh,
You're in
okay.
the.
On
There's
your
like
own.
multiple pod or bays.
right.
So you go into the elevator. You go, woof, and
And then with my bonus
Dan,
action,
you
I'll
weren't
unarmed
with
strike.
our first episode. It's kind of like one of those bank vacuum things. So it
Right.
takes you
Yeah,
straight
I
up.
collected that.
You go weightless, and then you go up to the 6th ring.
Right.
I yell something like, "Make sure he doesn't get away," or something to that effect.
Yeah.
And then I have a bonus action. Can I still use that, or did that take care of all
Does
of
the
it?
bonus action require an attack to have happened?
No, unless it's
Think
extra.
so.
Yeah, it does. When you use an attack with an unarmed strike, it does.
Yeah, sorry.
No. Good question. I didn't think to read that.
Okay, so the other one's gonna go, and he's gonna try to take his claws on you because you just
Okay.
took the guy he was trying to kill. Finally, 18.
That does hit. Hooray!
Yes. So that's sorry, I'm using Chessex lab dice, and the numbers aren't replaced on the 1 and the 6, so I try to figure out if it was 1 or a 6. It was a 6, so that's
Okay, good.
7 damage.
Okay.
And you see these nasty claws are like just scrapping into you. Peg,
How's he looking? Like almost incapacitated?
he hasn't been hit yet, I don't think.
So
He's looking
Okay.
fresh.
he's looking great.
as
Yeah, if I
fresh
were-
as a killist looks. They're kind of gross.
If I were to wrap him in a rope at this point, it wouldn't.
You don't
work
have a
very
rope.
well.
You never went and got your other one back.
Yeah, but I found another one in that trash pile. It
You're
was
right.
50
You're-
feet long.
You're right. I was wrong. You could try to if you want to time up.
Sure. For a second time. It's just he lives in this hell now. Okay, what do I need to roll for that? I
We're gonna
forget.
do just opposed strength to kind of fake a grapple because I don't really know the grapple rules. So there's gonna be a strength, and I'm gonna do a strength, and then we'll compare.
Okay, and it's not the saving throw. It's just like a normal
Yep.
roll. Right. I got a 9.
I got 12. So you try to wrap up with the rope, and you see him like grab it, and he starts kind of just throwing it down, and maybe like a child in ropes. He's just like, no. Wick.
Unarmed strike.
Okay.
Try to kick it in the head. Let's use my dice.
Dan, as he's
17.
kicking, you get up there, and you see Rodak just waiting for you guys. He's not interested.
Okay.
You have the ship. All right.
What the heck, dude?
16?
17
17? That hits.
for 7 damage.
Yeah, good.
And then I'm on a bonus attack or bonus action on another unarmed strike.
Okay.
Just one this time. It's not flurry of blows.
Yeah.
For 12
Yep.
and then 5 damage.
Not bad. Then it's its turn, and it's going to try to bite you. And it misses because I got 3. Peg. You going to try the rope again?
Yeah,
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
While complimenting his attire. I got an 11.
I got 8. So yeah,
Yes!
you start roping him up. You got like a lasso this time, and you pull it tight, and it's just clamping at you. He's still trying to bite you, but like he's all tied up. He can barely move.
You look great. I love your enthusiasm. I'm sorry about your friends. Have a good day.
And do you just like go to the elevator? Is that like your
Yes.
Is that your exit? So you
Ooh.
you go straight up. The crowd. The reason you guys are in the elevators, the crowds after that shot of his gun kind of just dispersed. All right, Wick.
Uh-huh.
Dang.
Wick, naturally your turn because you're the last one.
Yeah. I look at it and then just turn around and walk to the elevator pods and just follow behind everybody.
Cool, and it starts to hop towards you, but as
Yeah.
you go up. Ronag, Elisar, the droid are there. Peg's elevator opens up. You walk out. Your feet touch the grass once again. You all see the gold statue of Lathander. Wick comes through. What do you guys want to do now that you're all back together? Elisar, this is probably the first time you've seen this ring.
Yeah, I'm like stunned. I'm just like
You
big.
where the first ring was hot and humid. This is like the perfect temperature.
Yeah.
And
I'm
everyone
into it, but I'm flummoxed.
everyone around you is kind of staring at you 3 or 4 plus droid because you guys are dressed so poorly compared to everyone around you.
Wait, Wick's wearing what she always
But
wore.
in episode
Now I'm dirtier.
that's episode 1, you guys tore up your clothes.
That's
Yeah.
true. And we got dirty.
So
Yeah.
people are like looking at you. You hear maybe people like whispering almost, and like you guys probably need to get out of like standing in this area.
I'm gonna pull him over. Wick's gonna try to like signal and pull him over. She's kind of used to the back alleys of the ring,
Mhm.
trying to like hide as she goes to work. So
Mhm.
kind of pulling him over towards that side, and then looks at Elisar. I'm like, look, you said you had a ship. What dock was it in?
And I'm like really confused and like think I still have to hide, so I'm talking really quietly. I'm like, it's 53.
Okay, you don't have.
Just in
You're fine.
case that didn't pick up on the mic enough. It was 53. It was 53.
Yeah. Okay, 53. Wick's trying to look up to remember where it is. Do you guys know where 53 is?
Probably.
Literally have never been up here.
How do you know these guys you're gonna hook up with?
It's
Over
fine.
at
It's not a
53.
big deal. They're good. They're clean. It's all good.
We're good.
As long as we got Ronag, we are good to go.
Okay. I want to go by my apartment to pick up some things. And it just so happens that I think that's nearby. So let's go head over there.
Man, interesting. You guys are not very familiar with where you live. Okay.
Yeah, so you go over
been here
towards
a
your
little bit.
apartment. A couple blocks down from your apartment, you see it's kind of like a subway entrance in the city. So you see a sign that just says docks 50 through 55. Maybe 1,000 feet past that or 2,000 feet past that, you'll see another sign that's like docks 60 through 65 or 55 through 60. But you wanted to go to your apartment before you go down?
Yeah, I want to pack a bag because I assume we're leaving. Anybody? I have a shower up here if anybody wants to like clean up. You're welcome.
I don't
But-
I don't have anything to change into, but thank you.
Yeah, that's true. And I only have this one outfit. Okay. So I'm just gonna put my plant into my one bag that I brought
The
with my
plant you got
other
from your
outfit.
sister.
That's basically all I got. And then I'm done.
I think we waited
Wow.
outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure.
And take a last look and then walk downstairs. And then I point to, yeah, there's a staircase over here. Should lead to the dock.
So as it goes down, it goes down, hooks right, cuts back, and it's 5 or 6 stories down. And you keep walking down, and where you enter is a giant hallway, and you're entering like a very industrial zone now. Kind of like maybe like a warehouse feel, but all metal. And you see giant bay doors on the opposite wall, each one with a giant number printed on it or painted on it, like 50, 51, 52, 53. And you guys know that your dock number is 53.
54, 55.
Yeah, it keeps going. And you can even see 56 and 57. So you.
What about 58, 59, and 60?
So because of the
See all of
curve
them.
of the ring, you probably can't see up to 60.
Dang it.
Yeah, sorry. So
What's the lowest I can see?
how far? 50, it went from 50 to
40,
what? To 60?
45,
So yeah, you can see
48,
about
yeah.
45, 48.
Okay. Cool.
And what you see down in this hallway are a lot of people like unloading giant freights. Like it's like warehouse workers, like pulling ships, like containers out of the ships from each of the bays. You'll see some people who look a little fancier walking around, like people who are visiting the ring, kind of like how Peg would have showed up. Perhaps like dock 47 or 48 was like a tourist bus of sorts. So you see a bunch of people of all different types walking in. But you guys walk down to 53, and instead of like taking the big door, there's like a little door you can access. And as you walk into that little door, what you see in the middle is a ship that looks maybe like a middle class ship, right? So it's not
Okay.
grungy. It's not like a yacht, but it's
Mhm.
definitely someone's ship that would have had some money to their name. It's
Okay.
sort of like a rectangular block, but there's 2 floors to it. And on either side, there are 2 thrusters that rotate. So like when it takes off, the thrusters like aim down, push off, and then aim to the back and take off. It's probably roughly like 60 feet by 150 feet, maybe. So like it's a
Okay.
decent sized ship, but personnel. So it's not a freighter. It's not anything. It can't take like a whole group of people, right? So it's probably small personnel. Maybe 6 to 10 people would like use this to get around. But it's the type of thing you could live in. So it's going to have everything you need, like bathrooms, beds, kitchen. But what you guys see is in the middle, the back of the ship in the middle, there's a giant kind of sloping bay. What do you call that? Kind of
Bay door.
Yeah, but it like goes down.
Yeah.
I don't know the name, but yeah, so it's like a ramp.
Below
Sure.
deck.
And standing on this ramp, we can actually go to Owl Bear. So this area you have at the south, at the south is the kind of big bay door area you guys walked into. On the back of this ramp that comes out of the bottom of the ship, you see 2 drow. One is decked out in heavy military armor, big, bulky black armor with a helmet that has a face shield, but the face shield is like completely up. Next to them, you see more of a sleek dress, kind of like what Alisar is wearing, but way nicer. And it's embroidered with a like silver spider on the chest, but it's like kind of clothy, light. There's a hood on it, kind of like he was hiding, right? And they're both drow. And the one in the military wear looks at Alisar and goes, "Did you get us a pilot and a map?" And Ronag kind of just like raises his metal hand and is like,
Yeah, like you got it.
all right. And he goes, all right, come on. And as you guys start coming through, rushing behind you are 2 Covenant soldiers.
That
Which
makes sense.
I forgot to make an icon. So we'll put you guys kind of in the middle. And one looks way fancier. One looks way like higher quality, and the other one kind of looks smaller. But Peg, you know firsthand that these guys don't mess around. You've seen them like fly in with their jet boots and like take out people instantly. You know they're up to no good. They're wearing all like that black sleek armor with the complete face shields. And through the mic, they say, "Freeze! We know that your IDs aren't for up here. Put your hands in the air and get on your knees."
Let's see. So 2 of ours are good for up here. 1 and 3 are not. 2 are not.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 aren't. Yeah.
And the other one you hear goes, "We know this isn't your ship," and then shoots like a warning shot over your shoulders. And it's like a laser bolt, right? It's not a bullet like what Alisar has been shooting.
Yeah, I've seen this before.
Why?
And Rodnag looks at you guys and goes, "I'm getting out of here," and bolts to the ship. And you
Good
see
plan.
the guys like shooting over the droid, and they're missing, but like it's getting close, and they both run up the ramp into the ship.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Let's just run.
Was that Dan?
The Drow do?
No, the Drow are standing on the outside still.
Who ran into the ship?
Ronag and the
the
droid.
droid. Yeah.
Let's follow.
I'm gonna start clawing it. I said hoof it, but I don't have hooves. I want to start clawing it on the way over.
So yeah, Dan, are you going to follow them?
Yeah.
So as you guys are running up through, you see the guy who is wearing the cloth pull out of a bag what looks kind of like an octopus tentacle. Alisar and Wick probably wouldn't have seen it. Wick, you might have in the restaurant. Alisar, you're probably not familiar at all. Peg, you might have seen things like this from your home planet. And as he's holding it, he puts his hand underneath and he starts going through different hands gestures. And he puts his hand out flat and the octopus tentacle just liquefies and drops into his hand, disappearing. And as the liquid goes through his hand, the shadows around the entrance of the bay door start materializing into a liquid. And you see tentacles just shoot out of the ground and grab the Covenant and just break them.
Yeah, seen that.
And as they go down into the shadows, the room is emptied again.
Oh.
And the Drow kind of just like wipes off his hands and turns and walks into the ship. The other one that had like all the armor on puts his gun onto his back and kind of walks into the ship.
Where did they go?
Up the ramp into the ship.
No,
No,
where did
the
the
other two.
Covenant go?
You guys have no idea.
Dead,
In
hopefully.
The Great Beyond. Okay. Yeah, I'll walk onto the ship. So many mixed feelings. And I turn to Wick and ask, do you want to leave any kind of like, I can email Gasca your resignation?
No, he'll figure it out.
Okay.
He goes through some.
Deuces.
We
Mhm.
can. We'll write him later.
Yeah.
So-
All right.
So you guys get into the ship. As you guys do, Ronag makes his way straight up to the front. The droid gets into the right seat, so it's like driver seat, passenger seat. You watch Ronag as he is using his like left human hand, and his right hand starts to separate and opens up into like tons of fingers. So he's got this like hand that's like just touching like all over the computers, getting things ready. You see him sending up codes to open the bay doors to like fake that the ship is like ready to depart. The 2 Drow sit behind, give Ronag a card with some coordinates on it, and he's like, "You gotta just get us out of here." You hear the Drow say, "You guys should take a seat." And as he says that, the thrusters start like aiming down. You feel the whole ship vibrating. The bay doors, you hear them like creak as these giant doors open. If you guys are in a position to see through the windshield, you can see there's like a force field in between the bay doors to keep the space out and like the atmosphere in. And as it starts to rumble out, it exits the station, and you guys can see the 12 rings behind you, which Peg, you probably seen before, but Wick and Alisar probably have never seen from the outside. It's this giant station, and behind the station, you see the burning planet. As you guys are taking off, the bay doors behind you close, but you see red lights start appearing next to the station and like shots being fired from the station as you guys stole your ship. And Rodnag goes, "Hold on," and he like pulls down this giant like joystick thing back, and the whole thing just takes off. And you see like lights going past you. It's crazy, like light speed. And he just like turns it off, right? Because they weren't going anywhere. They just wanted to get out. And all around you is just black. Like you don't even see stars anymore. You know that because he didn't have it up for long, you probably aren't super far. But as you like look around, you can't see Toril, you can't see the station, and the Drago, the drow that you saw do that magic, which you know is like beyond powerful, but also beyond illegal. And Peg, Alisar, Wick, you probably have never seen anything like this, right? Like magic is unheard of. And he goes, all right, time to tell who you guys are. Not speaking to Alisar, obviously.
Yeah.
So while that was happening, Wick was standing behind the driver's, not behind the driver's seat, but right below that platform, just
There's a little
hanging
table
onto the edge.
Yep.
Yeah, just staring out the screen with her beak just ajar. And when he hit the warp speed,
Mm-hmm.
she just fell over and then just kept staring,
Yeah.
just in awe of flying and being off of the ship. She was so distracted. She was getting ready to talk to Peg before they took off. And as soon as she saw space getting closer through the thing, she like ran up and just started watching and just quit talking. So I would imagine she's like on the floor between the drow, just looks up at them when they ask who she is.
Yeah.
It's like stands up and dusts herself off and just looks up and says, "Who are you guys?"
Yeah. And so the one, like really, like the one with the silver spider embroidered into their clothes goes, we don't give our names to the lessers. Who are you?
The lessers?
And the one next to him in like the garb in the metal suit goes, we're the militant Murloc. We're the servants of Lolth.
Do we know who Lolth is?
You could give me an Arcana check or a History check, whichever one's better.
I didn't have any luck with the
I mean, anyone
Arcana
can,
check
right?
earlier. Yeah.
Alisar, being drow, would have probably knowledge of who being half drow, sorry, would probably have knowledge of who Lolth is. But I don't know if Peg or Wick would. And if Peg and Wick don't, they would not know Alisar would.
But I think that he knows them. So you know stuff. You all three know each other, right? So I assume that you're all from the same place. Or like, I don't know how you met. Are you gonna do the Arcana check?
Me?
Or
Yeah,
Wick?
I got a 12 for a history check.
12. All right, you know enough that in this like modern age, the worshippers of these gods that were very based on magic have like dwindled. And because of that, some of the gods are becoming unfavorable, right? Like there was no god worship on Lathander's ring. Even the statue to Lathander, a god, is more seen like an artifact.
Yeah.
But what you do know is that some of these gods have now gotten these gang followings. So you don't know anything about Lolth, but you do know Lolth is a god, and you know that it's got a following. You know that like drow were not welcome on the ring. I would say Wick would know for sure that no drow were allowed on the Lathander when it took off from Toril. So there were never inhabitants on the ring. Peg probably doesn't know much of any of this.
No. But she's excited to learn and a little freaked out.
Yeah, and I think that's like a totally normal, like, they look unlike anything you've seen because drow are just extremely uncommon in this kind of era. You've seen them be stronger than anything you guys have seen so far. You know that they somehow stole a ship, but you don't really know how they got it. It's like obviously not theirs. Because like they're dressed in all black and this is like a silver ship. It's kind of upclass, kind of like a passenger, but like these guys are like soldiers.
Okay.
So you can tell, and they're being fired at saying this isn't your ship, right? Like there's a lot of signals where like, you know, these guys probably aren't above board.
There's some subtle clues.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the dude screaming, "This is not your shit."
But with that, like you don't really know if like they're good, they're bad. You don't know what they're doing. So again,
I'm gonna
the one asks them, you again, like, who are you?
Wick kind of looks at both of them and points at this place on her jumpsuit where it looks like there used to be a patch with roughly a bird outline on it
Sure.
that's been removed. And just says, the followers of Sir Natal are not lesser. And then she kind of trails off at the end and just looks at him and says, she takes a deep breath and just says, I'm Wick.
And you see the one in the heavy armor. He like mutters in Undercommon. So Peg, you don't know Undercommon. Wick, you don't know Undercommon. Elisar, I believe, does. This is like the language of the Drow. Mutters, you fool.
And I'm just sitting there like, oh.
I sit down and cross my legs and ask again, like, so how do you know each other? To the two of them.
Yeah, and the one looks at Elisar like waiting to see if you're going to speak or not.
Kind of like, I got you a pilot.
Yeah. And he goes, we've got no qualms with you. Though, like, the way he's talking, you can Peg and Wick can see, like, you're definitely below them.
Obviously.
But not nearly as low as the other two. And he goes, you did well.
I did my best. You see what I got to work with?
And then he tosses you a piece of gnarled metal, Elisar. And he goes,
instantly start weeping.
when we figure out where we are, because when we figure out where we are, I need you to figure this out. And he goes, it's the reason we were on the ring in the first place. It's the information we were looking for. It's what made us lose 3 drow. On the piece of metal, it says, one eye sees the way to the 14 tiers of the deserted path. One staff puts into order what 4 abyssal layers brought to chaos. 9 miles down to the hall of the one bridge between Wolf and Spider.
Right.
Which
I
sent.
did not read that out loud.
Don't worry. No, you don't. But I sent it to you guys in core chat. You guys don't have it yet, Peg or Wick, so maybe you don't read it. Dan, you have it. And they're like, we need you to figure this out. It's the information of where we need to go.
Yeah, I look at it. I am very confused looking.
And they both go over to Ronag to make sure the ship is being flown, and is being controlled. They make sure that, because they've, as interested in you guys, they're way more interested in the people they find useful.
Mm-hmm.
They go and make sure the droid is okay, checking out Ronag's arm, seeing where they are, making sure that the ship's health is okay. What are you doing with that information, Dan? Or what are you guys doing around him looking at this piece of metal?
Oh, I'm holding the piece of metal tight. I just squeeze onto it.
I just walk back to Peg and just kind of was like, are you okay? I don't know how I feel about these two. That shit was crazy.
On this ship.
That was great.
I'm just shaking my head. Like, what did we just get ourselves into? We're in the middle of space, and
I should have taken his arm.
Yeah, I guess so. Did you see how it opened up until that weird shit?
That's the least weird thing.
So, yeah, I don't know. How are you feeling? You had more of a tiff with them, and they called you lesser.
They also called you lesser.
Well, I was sitting over here.
Yeah.
Wick just looks around and takes a deep breath again. It'd been like a couple of weeks ago, that would have bothered me a lot more than it does now. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
They're holding on to a lot of ideals that don't make as much sense as they used to. They just don't know it yet. And then I just walk over to Elisar. It's like, hey man, how are you doing? These are the guys huh?
Yeah, they're pretty cool, right? They're pretty cool. You guys think they're cool? I think they're cool. They're pretty cool.
I mean, that octopus thing was pretty cool. I don't really like how they've talked to me since then, but
the octopus thing.
But the octopus thing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So what do you give? What do you got?
What?
The metal thing? The
that's
tablet they gave you?
It's like a drow thing. So
I try to look at it and I can see that I can we read some of that, or is that
it's tight. I'm holding it tight.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't see
it's a drought thing. You wouldn't get it. Maybe if
do you get it?
I get it. I'm half drow. I get it. It's a drought thing. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Hey, are you self-conscious about the half thing? Because you
I
keep
feel
saying
as
that
though
a lot.
like you would have to do a perception roll, and I don't know.
I'm not
it's
trying to
weird
read it.
being
I'm just
that way.
checking on you, man.
Oh, I'm
know,
great.
making sure
I'm
you're
great.
okay.
It's a drought thing. I'm great. I'm on level. It's great.
All right.
And as
If
you
you
guys are
need-
talking and like muttering about yourself, what the drow with the tentacle yells back and goes, "Any progress?"
To me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I tried
Oh,
to
we're
pull a
working
Sarge.
on it. We're working on it back here.
Hey, I kind of say that under my breath because I don't want to get him in trouble. But I was like, we. No, it's a we now.
We me and the other drow.
They're not working on anything.
You gotta
Elazar.
you gotta include him. Did you see the tentacle thing? You gotta include him.
All right, man. You got this. And Peg goes back to the other, or Wick goes back to the other side and sits down and just crosses her legs and looks at him. You got this, man. You can do it. They trust you. It's a drow thing. I couldn't help you anyway.
Yeah, see.
Totes.
Glad we understand.
Yeah.
And as you guys kind of sit awkwardly, the tentacle, the elf that's been talking to you mostly, like the one decked out in armor, has talked to you very little. So like the other one's doing most of the talking. Comes down and looks at the Peg and goes, "Tabaxi, can you go upstairs and see if you can find a bowl?"
A bowl?
Mm-hmm.
Like what kind of bowl?
Just we need a vessel, a bowl.
like a round, round.
And
bowl.
so
For what purpose?
if you look at the ship on the right, the stairs go up and to the kind of the bridge. The stairs on the left go up and back towards this like living quarters. You can say no.
I'll go find a bowl. I'm just trying to be difficult.
On second thought, I will find that bowl.
I will find that
As
bowl. I don't know what it's for.
As you
I'll
go
find
to
it.
the top floor, you see 3 bunk beds and a long table with 6 chairs around it with like silverware and like plates. There's a few bowls. There's on the back, like where the table is, it's all glass, so you can see out into space from here too. There's a room that's not drawn on the map that's like a bathroom. There's like a small kitchenette. This feels like kind of like an RV, right? It's like a fancier RV.
Is there any rope?
You have rope. Don't you
There's
have rope?
no. She
I
got
thought
rid
I
of
lost
it.
it.
She got rid of
You
it.
lost the second one because you tied the other one.
There's
up,
like
too.
bed sheets. You could
Yeah.
use bed sheets if you wanted.
Yeah. I want to feel safe.
So you grabbed a security blanket.
And stuff
is
it in
rope.
my bag. Yeah. And then you said there was a bowl on the table.
Mm-hmm.
I'll stuff that in my bag too.
Yeah.
But is there anything else like we stole this ship? Like, is there anything of value that
Or now you're thinking.
I could use
so
as leverage against these drow or currency?
I mean,
for
so
later.
on the table, all of the silverware and plates and everything look pretty nice. The sheets on the bed and everything look decent enough. The ship as a whole would be worth quite a bit, but there's like no like real materials up here. Down below, there's like some locked chests, like kind of like low, long storage containers.
Foot lockers.
Yeah, footlocker's a good word. And there's about
Okay.
15 feet in between, so like a small vehicle could fit in here up the ramp.
Oh wow.
But on either side, there's just like foot lockers.
Okay, I want to steal the prettiest fork that's on the table,
That's
yeah.
a good move.
and then
That's a good move.
go downstairs.
What a an offshoot from your last character, because she would have grabbed the spoon.
Oh yes. Yes. And then people can't see me whenever I'm in the locked chest bay, can they? I don't even know if I can open it.
No, so the fancier elf is now down there with you because he asked for the bowl. He's waiting for you to come back down. But I mean, any of you could have tried to open the footlockers. They're all locked.
Okay. I present the bowl with a huge mocking curtsy that I'm trying to look like it's not mocking.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
put my hands up.
And he's like, good. And he puts it, there's like a table between the 2 chairs there, between the staircases. And he puts it down there. He starts filling it with this black liquid that he pulled from his bag. And he's like, we really need that to be decrypted. We need it now.
And you don't got it?
No, you are holding it.
No, you want to read it? I can share it with you. You want to? You're good.
This is your one job.
I completed mine. You complete yours.
I wish I could help, but it's a drow thing.
Yeah.
Can I mean, I guess I'll share it with them. Here you go, Wick, since you're so confident.
Oh, I can look at it now? Oh, okay, cool.
That's what I just said. Do you not understand?
No, I didn't.
common
I
And,
language?
got
and
that.
again, it says, one eye sees the way to the 14 tiers of the deserted path. One staff puts into order what 4 abyssal layers brought to chaos. 9 miles down to the hall of the one bridge between Wolf and Spider.
How much of that would I understand?
Mm.
You would understand all the words.
I understand English.
Why don't
I
you,
got that.
Elisar and Wick, why don't you give me an investigation check?
I get a +2 in that one. 11.
Uh, 19.
Yeah, so with a 19, even 11, but first Elisar will get it.
Mhm.
You realize that what's weird is that all the numbers are written out numerically and a little bit bolder than all of the letters.
Mhm.
Oh, these are. What is this?
You're like, oh.
I want to say it's coordinates, but I didn't get it first.
I mean, you can say that. You can guess it. Like,
Yeah, go for it.
Is it coordinates?
Maybe. Why don't you shout it out? Get yourself some rep.
I write them down
mhm.
in the formula with the degrees and everything, and I take it to Ronag.
Yeah.
Well, I take it to the elf, to the drow who's questioning us. Like, I think that's what these are.
Yeah, and it looks like nothing to him, so he just gives it to Rodak. Rodak gives it to the droid, and on the front windshield comes up a map of like the system.
I go and give Elisar a fist bump,
Yeah.
just like a
daps.
little low down.
Mm.
And when it finds the coordinates, it's just emptiness. And he goes, "This is nothing."
I'm like, some little premeditated daps.
Right. All right. Anybody else have any ideas?
Maybe we
No.
trust that this is the spot where we're supposed to do this tentacle thing. Mm. It mentioned wolf, or wait,
The wolf
and a spider. Are those gods of any kind that you can think of?
Yeah, and as you ask that, and you're talking about that, the drow goes, "We already know that part."
What part don't you know?
Yeah.
Where the wolf and spider are.
Oh, good
Oh.
point.
9 miles down the hall. No.
What's that thing called? It's not a cipher because we already said that word before. What's where like numbers relate to like the letters in the
Yeah.
alphabet?
It's
Oh, like a
cipher.
code.
Okay, so let me see.
Soul.
An A,
What was it? 14? N.
N. Okay. And then A again. That's a D. What's 9?
H? No.
I, right?
I. Okay.
I, and then a Nadia. Which
Yeah, and as you say that, Rodak goes, "Are you talking about the planet?"
and
And
I'm very confidently, yeah.
yeah, and as you say that, the jaw goes perfect. And the liquid, he like puts his hands over the liquid and separates them. And as he does, the liquid in the bowl starts rippling.
Another fist bump.
And
Daps to the side.
from the liquid creates this almost globby liquid form of a woman drow. And you hear her voice, and it kind of echoes throughout the ship. And the drow bows. It says, "Queen of the Spiders, we found it. He's on a Nadia." And she's like, "Head there immediately." And then all of a sudden, the liquid doesn't just go back to normal, but evaporates completely, and the bowl is left empty.
What did they say that in?
A common.
Okay.
Great bull, Peg.
You know,
Yeah. So
good job on that puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see the drow.
Teamwork.
He definitely recognizes that you did a good job, but like isn't verbally saying it. walks upstairs, and it goes set coordinates to Nadia now. And as he says that, Ronag's like, got it. And the droid starts putting in coordinates, and you just see the Ronag, like with his big metal hand, all fingers grab onto the lever and just pull it down. And again, it just shoots across,
Ludicrous
and
speed.
Colors fill the ship, and quite a long time passes. Even in space, Nadia is, I believe, 3 planets away from Toril. So it's probably about a week of travel, even at light speed. A very tense week with you guys and the Drow.
A week. Wow.
And as the week finishes, Ronag pulls. Also, this is like a small, like, personal vessel, right? So it's not like a giant ship that's going to be shooting across space. Like the bigger ship could probably get faster. But because this is like a small person, it'd be like an X-wing, just like traveling across. If Star Wars actually understood distance.
If Wick's not
As
asleep,
small as that?
No, it's like a little bit bigger. You know the I can't think what it's called. It's
Yeah,
like
I
a
know
giant
what you're
triangle, and like all the bad guys travel in them, and like
Yeah.
the wings
Star
fold up.
Destroyers,
So like when
Yeah.
it land, all 3 wings are like straining straight up. It's kind
TIE
of
fighters.
no, because TIE Fighter only has 2 wings. This is like that. I think it's called.
The Lambda class Imperial shuttles.
Yeah, that sounds like it. Yep, Google.
Google.
Yeah, so it's about that size, right? Like it's comfortable. It could fit. That one fits troops. This fits like stuff.
I'm trying to find the one I was picturing when you described it.
So
I was
Ronak
asleep.
Pretty close.
throws down the thrusters. And sorry, Wick. To your question, if you were sleeping, you had
Oh.
many nights of sleep.
If she wasn't asleep,
Mhm.
she's sitting in the cockpit eating with them, sitting there watching them fly it, just watching space.
Sure.
I'm role playing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Look at
'Cause
me.
I have so many
Look at me
questions.
role-playing.
Do drows need
I'm
sleep?
thinking of a Nebulon B.
Drows
frigate.
don't sleep.
There you go.
Yeah, so they're just the beds are for us.
Yeah.
Us
I
lesser
also
people.
And they'll meditate, but like
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm meditating a ton.
so
on that
Ronag
level.
throws down the thrusters and stops outside, and there is a giant reddish planet in front of you.
I have another question.
Oh,
Mars.
so what we're going to do here is you guys are now outside of Anadia. This is where we're going to end the session, but I want to take this like last little bit of time where you have 7 days,
Yeah.
right? So you could ask the Drow any questions you want. You could call home if you want. You could do whatever you want over these days. Peg, you will not have been able to throw up a cast for these 7 days because in Lightspeed you can't send out like communications. So like when the ship stops outside Anadia, you can call home, you can do whatever you want, but feel free to ask Ronag, the droid, the Drow, Alisar, Wick, Peg, any questions that you think might come up. If there
Yeah,
if there are metagame issues right now, feel free to ask the DM.
Well, I just want to turn to LSR over this 7 days and be like, hey, yo, so do you know who that lady in the bowl was? Who is that?
Dan,
No.
you
wish.
you can say no. You have a really good idea.
Yeah, like not specifically. Well, honestly, just to be honest here, I try to tout real connections with the Drow here, but I've been stuck on that space station for a long time. This is a rare opportunity to reunite with my brethren, so I'm truly just trying to keep
Your
up
half
track with
brethren.
it,
Yeah,
It's
totally.
Peg,
Nothing
you
from
know,
the peanut gallery. Thank
he
you.
bowed and called her Queen of the Spiders.
Yeah.
So even if you don't know what that means, you know that there's at least a title there for you to kind of hold on to.
Because,
For
well,
coordination.
Alisar didn't bow, though, right? Or was it all the drow Drow people
Just
did?
the one Drow that was communicating with her.
Oh, I bowed.
Yeah, Dan in the background bowed.
Yeah, I was like, let's give a little bit like and me.
Yeah, you had to like watch the other drow bow first.
Yeah, they
and
did it. I was like,
followed suit.
and yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're not even sure if the Spider Queen could see you, but like,
Yeah, I
You
was like,
gotta be
same,
careful.
same though,
Yeah.
same.
Gotta be-
Oh.
gotta be-
That's
What
what
if
you
it
did
is?
right here.
Yeah. Okay. How do you feel about them so far? Like, I know you're trying to fit in with your your
Oh, they're
people.
great. They're fantastic. Did you see the tentacle thing?
Oh yeah, so cool.
Fantastic.
A week
Fantastic.
ago.
A week
Yeah.
ago.
I'm still it's replaying in my
It's
mind. It's like
certainly-
crazy.
Okay. Then I want to go over to Wick. Be like, how are you feeling about this?
And it's like motion. Look, we actually got off of there.
Well, that's true.
I
Are you-
didn't- Huh?
You're cool with leaving home. Like, there's not anything you miss or.
I emailed Gasca.
Okay.
I haven't heard back yet. I don't think he's going to be super psyched. I should have emailed before we left. It's been a week.
I'm pretty sure he knows.
Yeah. So I haven't heard back yet. But I've got my bag upstairs. Literally everything I own is in there. So everyone I know on that ship, I don't want to talk to. So
See how
I'm
it pans
good.
out with these drow.
the faster we
Yeah.
can get away, Elisar's cool. At least he'll help us. Yeah, but the other two, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I
And
don't know so
Did
much.
you see the bowl lady?
She freaked me
She
out.
was, yeah.
Okay.
I don't usually make a habit of following people that appear in bowls. It's gotten me pretty far in life so far. So
I'd say that's a good
Overall.
mantra. Yeah.
Overall, pretty good rule of thumb.
how are you doing? This probably, you know what? This probably isn't that weird for you yet, is it?
I mean, I think I'm probably as weirded out as you would be because I've only lived on a water planet and then I came to this ship and now I'm here and I'm feeling a little trapped, like out of options. As soon as we can get away from these drow people, I'm going to feel better, but I'm breathing slowly into a paper bag. That's how I'm feeling a little bit. We'll just
Sure.
follow Elisar's lead.
Yeah, it's a drow thing.
It's a drow thing. Maybe if we say that enough times, we'll get in good graces with them.
Mhm. I wonder
Okay.
if we can get a bumper sticker that you put on the back.
It's
Of
a
the
drop
ship.
thing.
It's a drow thing.
So now
I'm
that
gonna,
oh, go down.
I'm gonna go to the lady drow or whatever the one who pulled the lady out of the water thing.
The one who's got the embroidered spider.
Yeah, and I'm like, listen, the really great tentacle thing, really just top notch, really impressed the guys. I just want to throw this out there. Like, did you think I did like an okay job?
Yeah, and you can tell he doesn't respect anything about you.
Yeah.
The fact that
yeah,
you
I
have
know,
like
I know.
half blood,
Yeah,
the
it's
other
fine.
two might not know,
Oh, we
but
know.
you
Yeah, we
know.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm coming for like the
Yeah.
most minute
Yeah,
reassurance I
and
can
he's like,
find.
"You did fine."
I'm like, I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'll take
and-
it. And I just like kind of slowly back out.
Yeah, and as you walk kind of back down into like the storage kind of area, you see the military, the one heavy armor, be like, "Ronak, go back down below." And as Ronak goes down, you're all standing down there, and you watch both the drow like enter the space. And the one who's been doing all of the talking goes, "You guys helped us enough. For that, we'll spare you and drop you off at Anadia, or we're here on a mission. Do you want to help?"
Mhm.
Are you sure you could take the dishonor of having the lowers help you on a mission?
Mm,
Oh,
mm.
we will be separating ourselves, and you will be doing a different side mission while we do some other work.
I'm gonna just throw this out here. Obviously, yeah, we want to help you. Come on, guys. Like, what's going on? Obviously, come on. Look at them. The tentacle thing. Remember that?
It's all the
Deep-
same to me. Wake.
Deep sigh. Fine. Yeah, we'll take the side mission.
All right. And when you say side mission, he goes, "This is the only mission. You guys
Yeah,
have no
that's-
idea behind the curtain of our reality that there is an impending destruction upon us."
Mhm. We're really just a cog. It's fine. We're good with that.
Yeah.
We love being cogs.
Let me guess. Another bowl. I can totally do that.
No, guys,
I
Guys.
actually grabbed more than one.
Hey.
if you do-
Yeah.
this is the
Super
first
easy.
thing. Hey, they're right. This is the first thing I've heard. I agree with these. Okay.
Yeah.
What
So
do you- Yeah.
the guy takes like the piece of metal from Elisar And he's like, one eye sees the way of the 14 tiers of the deserted path. One staff puts into order what 4 abyssal layers brought to chaos. 9 miles down to the hall of the bridge between Wolf and Spider. Though the numbers got us to Anadia, this is a path to Miska, the wolf spider.
Yes. Praise Miska.
Well, when you say that, the drow is like, we do not praise demon lords.
I'm checking the newbies, okay?
And he explains how the one in the bowl was Lolth, the spider queen, their god.
Yeah.
They're on a mission to find another drow god. We're here to find the demon lord Miska, the wolf spider, who used to live in the plains of Pandemonium but has left. We now know he's on Anadia. Miska has a portal to another world called Goldar, a planet in it's off realm space. So you guys know realm space is like Toril and all the planets. Peg, your planet was in realm space. Anadia's in realm space. The demon lord Miska has a portal outside of realm space to another god, a god that betrayed Lolth, a god named Kirna Sali. We need her power and to join Lolth again. Our job is to go down to Anadia, find Miska, get the portal, and then go and call Kirna Sali back to realm space, back to Lolth.
Sounds like a plan.
He looks at you and like shakes his head. Okay. Looks at Wick and Peg.
Yeah.
And me.
Is this the one throwing off the balance of everything?
No.
Who's that?
There's another guy that has taken our power, and that's why we're gaining the other deities and bringing them back in. We're creating ties where there have been none. Where truces have been broken, we're reuniting among all the deities to fight the one who's throwing off the balance.
Then I'm in.
If Wick's in, I'm in too.
It won't be safe.
Makes
None of
it
this
better.
is.
Yeah. Better story to write home about.
A better story for our podcast to write home about.
Yeah.
And he says, all right, and goes back up, tells Ronak to go back up and land the ship. As you guys enter Anadia, there's a bunch of turbulence. This plane really isn't made, or the ship isn't made to like enter atmosphere, but it's like doing all right enough. Ronag is like a really good smuggler pilot, so he's used to bringing ships where they're not supposed to go. And as you guys come in, all you see are these ragged, dry mountains. There's no water to be seen anywhere. As you're like flying over, you see lots of like stone buildings. So where you guys are all used to tech, Peg might not be. Like Peg's home, there it might have been a little bit less industrial, but like Elisar and Wick, you guys have never seen like this much dirt, and it's weird because there's no like steel structures.
I haven't seen dirt either.
Yeah,
It's very interesting to me.
yeah, and it's not just like a dark brown dirt; it's like a red, kind of like Mars.
Mm-hmm.
So as you guys kind of come in and land, the ship kicks up dirt, and you're probably maybe a couple thousand feet, maybe a mile outside of like a rural city. And that's where we'll end our session with you guys on Anadia with your new mission.
We did it.
We did it.
Fist bumps, everyone.
Thank you for playing, guys. It's been another good session. I had fun. Hope you guys had fun.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do our awkward wrap up. I had a list of our patrons. Let me get that up. We'll like cut this up and make it less awkward. Probably not. I'll probably be tired.
Yeah,
by
don't
the
do
time.
that.
All right, quickly. Thank you, Corey Burquist, Chris Maley, The One House Shall Not Be Named, Kurt Kemple, Joe Piccarilli, Nancy Lau. Oh, Nancy, I need to message you and figure out how to say your name properly. I'm sorry.
We're so sorry.
Yikes.
I know. She was on the show. I need to go back and listen to episode 3, 4 of the first
It was a long
campaign.
time ago, yeah.
So sorry, Nancy. And Diane Gibbs. You guys allowing us to stock our store with stickers. In fact, I brought one to show
Whoop,
Let
whoop.
me change the video a little bit. So this is for YouTube only, I guess, but you guys can go look, or we'll post it on Instagram. This month for February, we're not just doing one sticker, but we're doing a sticker sheet with 6 stickers. That's not
cool.
That's kind of in focus now.
That's
But
not bad.
it's got all 4 characters, including the robot, and it's got our little hexagon logo, dice logo, and the Lathander's ring lockup.
But
Nice.
no Ronag, because F that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no Ronak, he's worthless.
Cut his
Um,
arm off.
So yeah, you'll be getting that in our postcard this February. If you sign up to Patreon at all anytime this month, you'll be getting these cool things. And then maybe in a couple months they'll get on the shop for everyone else if they want to purchase them, because we got a ton of them. If you liked what you're listening to, you could rate, comment on iTunes and YouTube. That'd be great. You could subscribe on Spotify and iTunes as well, and YouTube, all that good stuff. But more importantly, share with a friend if you can. If you like what you're listening to, spread the word. What else am I forgetting, guys? Anything good?
I think we're good.
I think that's it.
Thank you for listening.
Perfect. Where can they find you, Zach?
On Instagram and Twitter as ZS Wilkinson, but it's pretty quiet.
Courtney?
Same Z's. It's quiet. Instagram, Courtney M. Leach.
Dan?
I think it's Dalen Churin on Instagram, and it's just my dog.
Puppy pictures.
Which is huge.
Better than the rest of
It's
our.
better
Yes.
than my feed.
He's a big puppy.
And you can find me at Noble Folk Design on Twitter and Instagram. And you can find everything about our podcast at dungeonsanddesigners.com. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.